Imagine our Earth, long before humans or cities, back in the Mesozoic era, the age of dinosaurs. We picture them as giant lizards, but they were so much more, the planet's first great engineers. They didn't build with tools but with their bodies, habits, and sheer size. Dinosaurs were a living construction crew, shaping the world as they moved. Their story is written not just in bones, but in the rocks, rivers, and forests they left behind. An ecosystem engineer is any creature that changes its environment, like a beaver building a dam. Now imagine that on a planetary scale, dinosaurs were the ultimate ecosystem engineers. Their daily lives, eating, moving, nesting, had massive consequences. They weren't just passive inhabitants, they sculpted landscapes in ways we're only now beginning to understand. Let's travel back in time. The air is thick, strange plants cover the land, and everywhere dinosaurs roam. Sauropods browse treetops, ankylosaurs trundle through undergrowth, and herds of hadrosaurs cross vast plains. Each dinosaur, simply by living, changed the world, pushing over trees, carving paths, fertilizing soil, and maybe even altering the climate. This is the story of how the biggest animals became the greatest builders Earth has ever known. And it's not just a story about the past, it's about how life and planet are connected. A cosmic dance where living things and their world shape each other. Dinosaurs were the lead dancers for millions of years. By studying their impact, we learn how large animals create a certain kind of planet, and what happens when they disappear. The legacy of the dinosaurs reminds us, no creature is just a passenger on Spaceship Earth. We are all, in our own way, part of the crew, shaping our collective destiny. The world we inherit is the world we help build. Let's see how the dinosaurs did it. Their story is our story too. Picture a dinosaur forest, not dense and dark but open, like a park or savanna. Why? Because of the dinosaurs. Giant herbivores like Triceratops and Edmontosaurus were the world's original landscape gardeners. They cleared undergrowth, kept forests open, and let sunlight reach the ground. Sauropods with their long necks pruned the treetops, much like giraffes today, but on a massive scale. This constant pruning encouraged plant diversity and prevented any one species from taking over. Herds of sauropods acted like bulldozers, knocking over trees and trampling vegetation, creating clearings for new growth. These disturbances were vital. They mixed soil, brought nutrients to the surface, and created paths for other animals. Dinosaurs were agents of renewal, not just destruction. They also helped plants spread. Seeds eaten by dinosaurs traveled through their digestive systems and were deposited far away in nutrient-rich dung. This fertilized new areas and helped forests expand. The great herbivores weren't just eating the garden, they were planting it too. Their daily lives shaped the green face of their planet. The landscape was in constant motion thanks to these giant gardeners. Without them, the world would have looked very different. Dinosaurs made the Mesozoic a place of light, space, and diversity. Their gardening changed the course of evolution. They were the architects of their own world. Dinosaurs didn't just shape forests, they transformed rivers too. Before dinosaurs, rivers were narrow and deep, winding like snakes. As dinosaurs became common, rivers changed. They grew wider, shallower, and more braided. How? Dinosaurs cleared riverbank vegetation, destabilizing soil. Without roots to hold it, floods washed soil away, spreading rivers across broad floodplains. These new, messy river systems created fertile land, perfect for lush vegetation, and more dinosaurs. It was a feedback loop. Dinosaurs shaped rivers. Rivers supported more dinosaurs. The evidence is in the rocks. Geologists see a shift from single-channel to braided rivers right when big dinosaurs appeared. The very structure of Earth's surface was dictated by the giants that walked upon it. Dinosaurs weren't just living by the river, they were co-creating the landscape. Their influence is written in stone. The Mesozoic world was a world of dynamic, ever-changing waterways. These rivers fed the ecosystems that fed the dinosaurs. Life and landscape were inseparable. The dinosaurs were the planet's original water engineers. Dinosaurs engineered the world at every scale, even beneath their feet. Each step of a giant like Argentinosaurus compacted soil, creating ancient highways. These tracks, now fossils, reveal where dinosaurs walked, how they moved, and even how they behaved. Deep footprints collected water, forming tiny ponds, micro-habitats for insects and plants. Dinosaurs also moved Earth when nesting, digging huge depressions or mounds. Colonies of sauropods building nests meant massive, earth-moving, mixing soil layers and changing its structure. This process, called bioturbation, is vital for soil health, and dinosaurs were champions of it. Over millions of years, their actions left a permanent mark: compacted paths, churned nesting grounds, and fossilized tracks. When we find these traces today, we see moments when dinosaurs physically altered the planet. The ground was not just a stage, it was a material they worked with step by step. Their footprints are a direct connection to their world-shaping power. Every journey left a legacy in stone. The Earth remembers its ancient engineers. Dinosaurs may have engineered the sky as well as the land. The Mesozoic was a greenhouse world with high levels of carbon dioxide and methane. Where did all that methane come from? Possibly from the dinosaurs themselves. Giant herbivores like sauropods ate tons of plants, and their massive stomachs acted like fermentation vats. Microbes inside broke down tough plants, releasing methane, just like cows today, but on a much larger scale. Scientists estimate sauropods could have produced over 500 million tons of methane per year, comparable to all sources today. This methane acted as a thermal blanket, keeping the planet warm and ice-free. Dinosaurs, simply by eating and digesting, may have helped maintain the climate that supported their world. It's a striking example of how biology can influence global climate. The breath of dinosaurs was a breath that warmed their world. Their impact reached all the way to the sky. The story of dinosaur engineers isn't just ancient history. We see echoes today. Modern megafauna like elephants are powerful ecosystem engineers, pushing over trees, creating open grasslands, and digging waterholes. Their actions shape habitats for countless other species, just as dinosaurs did. Even smaller animals like beavers transform landscapes by building dams and creating wetlands. The lesson size and behavior both matter in shaping the world. Dinosaurs combined both immense size and impactful habits. By studying elephants and beavers, we glimpse how dinosaurs might have changed their world. These modern animals are living links to the deep past. The craft of ecosystem engineering continues today. The dinosaurs were the grand masters, but the tradition lives on. Our world is still shaped by its largest inhabitants. The legacy of the giants endures. For over 150 million years, dinosaurs shaped the Earth. Then, suddenly, they vanished. An asteroid struck, triggering a global catastrophe. The great engineers were gone. Their absence left an ecological silence. Forests grew denser, darker, and less diverse. Without giant herbivores, open woodlands filled in, sunlight faded, and plant communities changed. Rivers changed too. Without dinosaurs disturbing the banks, vegetation stabilized the soil. Rivers became deeper. Single channels and the vast floodplains shrank. The geological record shows this shift. The age of wide, braided rivers ended with the dinosaurs. The rocks tell a story of a quieter, more stable world. The churned-up soils and giant trackways disappeared. The planet's surface became less disturbed, more orderly. The constant mixing of soil by living things, bioturbation, dramatically decreased. The Earth, in a way, settled down. The dynamic, chaotic world built by dinosaurs gave way to something quieter. The loss of the great engineers changed everything. The world would never be the same. After the extinction, the world was transformed. Mammals, once small and hidden, began to diversify, but for a long time, no giants filled the dinosaurs' roles. Forests grew thick and dense, dominated by flowering plants. Without giant herbivores, plant and animal evolution entered a new phase. Rivers meandered in single channels, building deep, fertile soils in localized floodplains. The planet's plumbing system had shifted, influencing freshwater life and landscapes. It took millions of years for large animals to return. Eventually, giant mammals like Indracotherium appeared, reclaiming the role of ecosystem engineer. They opened up forests and shaped landscapes, but never matched the scale of the dinosaurs. The world had moved on, but the touch of the giants was never forgotten. The legacy of the dinosaurs' absence shaped the Cenozoic. New engineers emerged, but the age of the dinosaurs was unique. The planet still remembers its lost giants. The story of dinosaur engineers is more than ancient history, it's a lesson for today. The largest creatures have an outsized impact on the planet's health and structure. Their presence creates diversity, their absence brings loss. Today we're losing our own ecosystem engineers, elephants, rhinos, whales. As they vanish, ecosystems change. Savannas become scrubland, oceans lose vitality. We are now the dominant engineers, changing forests, rivers, and climate at unprecedented speed. The dinosaurs' legacy is both a warning and a guide. Protecting large animals means protecting the ecosystems they build. Their role is irreplaceable. When we see a dinosaur skeleton, let's remember them as master builders, not just monsters. Their story asks us, what kind of world will we choose to build? We shape the future, just as they shaped the past. The next chapter is ours to write.